بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
يا قومنا أجيبوا داعي الله وآمنوا به يغفر لكم من ذنوبكم ويجركم من عذاب أليم. ومن لا يجب داعي الله فليس بمعجز في الأرض وليس له من دونه أولياء أولئك في ضلال مبين.
صلى الله على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم.
Now the second category, Tawheed al-Asma wa Sifat, or maintaining the unity of Allah's names and attributes. This category may be understood from 5 perspectives. The first one is understanding Allah's names, His names and His attributes, according to how Allah and His Messenger have described Him, first and foremost. Our understanding of God is based on revelation. Allah revealed Himself to us through revelation in order that we would have the correct concept of who He is. If we rely on our brains, our minds, to understand God, then we end up like the Hindus with so many different idols, etc., or the Buddhists believing that our spirits become gods when you reach the highest level of spiritual journey, or the variety of other systems that are out there where Allah is in one way or another perceived through His creation. So in order to protect us from falling into that misunderstanding, Allah revealed descriptions of Himself in revelation, coming in the scriptures as well as in the explanations of the prophets, and this is the basis by which we understand Allah, first and foremost, as Allah and His Messenger have described Him. Secondly, we maintain that position without adding any new names and attributes to Allah, which have not been mentioned by Himself, which though may be found in some of the things which He did, but He didn't take these terms as names for Himself. For example, the name Rashid or Nasir. You have people called Abdul Rashid and Abdul Nasir, Jamal Abdul Nasir, obviously the former ruler of Egypt. Now Allah does not describe Himself in the Sunnah as An-Nasir or Ar-Rashid. So as on the basis of that, it is incorrect to describe Allah in that way. Though the meanings is not bad, but because of the fact that Allah did not use these terms, we do not do it. And this is in keeping with the principle of avoiding innovation in the religion. Now there are some lists of Allah's names and attributes which can be found in Qurans printed in Pakistan. In the back page you'll find 99 names. None of these lists are authentic. None of the lists are authentic. There are weak hadiths found in Sunan Abi Dawood and At-Tirmidhi, but they are not authentic. So those lists are not authentic in and of themselves. What one needs to do is to see any of the books which are written on the names and attributes of Allah, where they present authentic narrations or hadiths to confirm, or verse from the Quran to confirm each and every name. That is the correct way to approach it. Thirdly, when we describe Allah, we do so without giving Him the attributes of His creation. That is, where Allah describes Himself in one way, we do not attribute to Him things which would make him like his creation. Fourthly, when we worship Allah through the Tawheed al-Asma wa Sifat, we do so insisting that we do not give human beings Allah's names and attributes. As we don't give Allah human attributes, or the attributes of His creation, we also should not give the creation the attributes of Allah, which is what has happened in certain groups. You can find it in the Old Testament, New Testament, where they speak of Melchizedek. Melchizedek is described as being without father or mother or genealogy. He has neither beginning of days nor end of life. This is one without beginning or end. This is Allah. So we cannot give these descriptions to human beings. The fifth principle is that whenever we use the names of Allah in the context of human beings, we do not use them in their definite form, that is, saying the most merciful. We can say and refer to a person as being merciful, Rahim, but we don't call them Ar-Rahim, which means the most merciful. If we're going to use that definite form, Ar-Rahim, we must put before it Abd, meaning the slave worshipper of Ar-Rahim, or Ama, female slave worshipper, Amatul Rahim, Amatul Rahman, Amatullah, these kinds. We must use these terms. Now, that covers basically the names and attributes of Allah and how we maintain Allah's unity in their regard.
So Muslims, if we want to change this society, if we want to change the direction of this society, if we want to affect this society, we have to first reform ourselves.
والحق يحشد أجناده ويعتد للموقف الفاصل والحق يحشد أجناده ويعتد للموقف الفاصل فصف الجحافل آساده ودكوا به دولة الباطل فصف الجحافل آساده ودكوا به دولة الباطل نبي الهدى قد جفونا الكرى وعفنا الشهية من المطعم نبي الهدى قد جفونا الكرى وعفنا الشهية من المطعم نهضنا إلى الله نجل السرى بروعات قرآنه المحكم